Tonight, it's the National Football League. It's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return setup here. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a look at the man under center. Now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now a throw here to his running back, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 20. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Anthony Schwartz, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Oilers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Now Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of
under pressure, and they got to him again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead moves to 10-zip. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off near the 42. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones finding room at the 30. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. 17-0 our score after 1. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Touchdown! Anthony Schwartz. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Oilers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Throwing Jones. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point safely through. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Jones. He finds his man complete. It's Walton. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Oilers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walton. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Back to throw. Jones. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time on the catch and run. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Looking to throw. Jones. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Jones hit, and the ball's out. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete.
Let's get that swagger, y'all.
Touchdown, Houston. Anthony Schwartz on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Oilers just continue to roll. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Jones. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Deron Payne, his 2nd sack of the night. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown! Anthony Schwartz on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Oilers have got it on cruise control. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that tells you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Meanwhile, Jones' throw complete there to Smith. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. Back to throw again. He'll dump this off to Cook. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And now they're in the hurry-up. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Jones throw complete here to his receiver Brown.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. Smith catches left side. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
His kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our... And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
From the 6.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Second and 5.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
Touchdown, Houston.
Anthony Schwartz.
39 yards.
And the Oilers are pouring it on.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. From the gun, Jones throwing the out route incomplete. It's Walton. And he will have a Vikings first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Again, this is Cook, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They go play action here on first down.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Cook. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. They try again with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook,
his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Extra point right down the middle. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Houston's offense taking over again. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And that is incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Touchdown!
Anthony Schwartz,
59 yards.
And the Oilers extend their lead yet again.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Cook. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that, but as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Jones on 1st down. It's caught. Smith. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They run it again with Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Houston set to take over. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
And to give this time to the tailback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, 39 yards. And the Oilers are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The Vikings on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And before this play happens, we're going to get a timeout here. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. You take it right on the 30. Dances by him. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Houston. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. 2nd and 4. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Anthony Schwartz there to make the grab. And the Oilers are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And the numbers show it, low involvement early. But since he's been involved, it's been a good thing for this offense.
Indeed it has, and when you're able to finally get him.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Daron Payne able to record his 5th sack of the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones, throw left side complete. That's Smith. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. High throw, but he makes the catch. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun, Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. It's caught inside the 25. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Jones throwing on 1st down.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jones.
Quick slant here to Smith.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones.
Quick slant to Brown.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll look to throw again. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.